This is the pouch for my Roman sewing kit, and it's based on a very, very specific original with some really interesting details, and I would like to go into some of those for you. Now, the original this is based on is a wrapper from Masada, the fortress of Masada in Israel. Now, it's a wrapper, it's just a flat piece, it's not a pouch. I made some changes because this is actually a test for when I'm gonna do a full exact reconstruction of that original. But that wrapper at Masada has some very interesting features. First off, the edge finishing is essentially just a whip stitch done in opposite directions, so it creates kind of a little X detail right there. Then on the edge, you can see here, those are two spun and plied cords that are again whipped on the edge to cover it. And then the most interesting thing, what is kind of heretical for ancient Roman reconstruction, is it actually has embroidery worked in a chain stitch. Now, most of the time when you see decoration in stuff from the Roman and late antique periods, and even the Byzantine period, it's usually this. It's something that's been woven in. It's decoration that's been done during the weaving process, not during the sewing or assembly process. But there are a couple of exceptions to that, and this is one of these. So it's got these little triangles here done in a chain stitch, as well as this line of chain stitching down there. Now, the original was a little bit wider and longer. It was done in actually a twill weave, which is another thing that's a little odd for Israel, for Roman Palestine. And it was actually lined with wool rather than linen. Thankfully, I now have some really detailed photos of the original that will help me do a more exact reproduction when I'm able to get around to it. But until now, this practice piece is a great opportunity to make something that is very useful, and all my sewing supplies go right in here. And now I can take my sewing kit to reenactment events and have a very, very interesting piece of historical reproduction or reconstruction, or supposition, I suppose you could say, in the case of this altered piece, of something that really is an outlier as far as material, technique, and all that sort of thing goes. So it'll be a really cool thing that I'm very much looking forward to talking to reenactment and living history guests about. Cheers.